Okay, we're in the garage, the attached garage, and but we're in here for the indoor air handler. Some people say furnace. Okay, there you go. There's your furnace. You know who you are. I got a troll. So here we are, and it's a high-speed, high-efficiency, two-stage variable furnace. This guy, the furnace, the indoor air handler, it's 12 years old. This equipment's engineered on paper to last 20. In real life terms, 14, it's an old man. 14, it's an old man. It's 12 years old. It's not exactly a spring chicken. We do not have a care and use manual. All right, hopefully we'll get some gas a little later today to look at this, but as this video is being made, currently there isn't gas to the house. Gas line coming to the heater, indoor air handler, furnace, okay. That's an old style brass gas valve. It takes a wrench. If you have an emergency, you got to grab a wrench to turn that off. You should be able to grab your hand and turn that off. We do not have a gas sediment trap coming into the furnace compartment, burner compartment. We don't have that. All right, then also on our flue, we should have a escutcheon plate, which hardly seems necessary right now. We can also look up through here and see that the roof decking is plywood, which we kind of expected. Then that screen, that nice new screen right there, okay, at one time that was required. But they're no longer, now it's actually a deficiency because the insulation can get on top of that and get clogged on it. Rat's nest, whatever, but the ventilation can get clogged because of that screen. The statistical relevance of that, you're in the garage, you got all these leaky doors, it probably won't make that much difference, I suppose. I don't know, it's not right. Not right, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. This is the evaporator coil. And we do not have a primary drain line. We do have an evaporator coil drain line. It is the primary, it's the only drain line. We do not have a P-trap, and this drain line is not insulated. And we do not have a secondary drain line or a safety float switch. So if this gets clogged up, it's just going to pour on the floor. When they get clogged up, that's why you have the secondary drain lines, the emergency drain lines, the float switches, the safety switches, call them what you will. But that's why we have that provision here, and it's not here. Also, I don't expect to see this, find it, but when you have an updraft system like this, and this is the air return plenum, when you have a system like this, there's supposed to be a metal galvanized pan or a plastic rated by the manufacturer, but there should be a safety pan underneath this system so that if this does all leak through here, the water doesn't come out through here onto your garage floor. So what do we learn? We learned that we have a screen on our makeup air vent. We learned that we don't have a care and use manual. We learned that our evaporator coil drain line does not have a P-trap and it's not insulated. We learned that we don't have a secondary drain line. We learned that it takes a wrench to turn the gas off in case of emergency, and we do not have a sediment trap. It's a little dip leg right there, so that any impurities come into the system, they fall down the drip leg, and they don't go and caught up in your burner system. We learned that this unit, I believe, is 12 years old. I believe. So I'm going to go home and do a little bit of homework and research that, because that's what I do. We learned that we got some mouse dookie. We learned that too. But I'm not through. I don't want to give it up just yet. Coming on along inside of here. This is your air filter. This is your air filter right here. Alright. Just open these little slots right here. Got a little pleated air filter. You think that guy's dirty? Huh? Yeah, I do. I think he's dirty. What size are you, sir? 20 by 25 by 1. Do we have... You seeing any? I'm not seeing a galvanized pan in there. I didn't expect to find one. And there's not one. 20 by 25 by 1. Replace these about once a month, or however often the manufacturer says that you should do it. A lot of people say, when you pay your bill, you replace the filter. There's a filter right there. I couldn't tell what size it was. I didn't have to open it up. I'm glad I did. All right. The air duct, I can't tell. There isn't an attic access that I can see. But I can see this. Is this 12 years old? When you see dirt like that around the air supply vent, okay, when you see dirt on your roof and your ceilings like that, okay, that tells you they had to go through the filter. Had to go through that plenum that doesn't have the liner. Had to come up through this system. And it had to go through these coils to get up into the ductwork to go over there. If that's dirty like that, these coils are dirty. That's what's known as a clue. If that's dirty like that, these coils are dirty. Did they really live like that for 12 years? I don't know. Maybe they did. Come over to my house and see how I've been living for 25, but this isn't my house, and my house isn't for sale. How do the others look? Not so clean. Not so clean. Not as dirty as that one. Not as dirty as that one. I'm going to dwell on this one for just one moment. There's supposed to be a little screen in here, a little chain pull through that little keyhole so you can open and close this vent, choke it down. This vent only blows 100%, which in the kitchen you probably want it. Probably want it. Probably never would have missed it if I hadn't told you. Let's see these other vents. Now this one's nice and clean. It looks new, doesn't it? You see that little lever right there? You can open and adjust to close that. So we learned that our kitchen ceiling is dirty. We learned that it's not adjustable. We learned that our evaporator coils, this is a good strong possibility our evaporator coils are dirty.